And welcome back to episode 4 of CarmiCast. I'm your host, Denton Weiss. On audio, I've got Skylar Anderson. He does not have a mic, so he's not able to say hello. On my far left over here, I've got Mr. Garrett. He is the special education teacher at NCOE, as well as the Red Army sponsor. And I've got Braden, Mendoza, and Amanda Bradley. They are the, I guess, public relations people for the Red Army.
Yes.
So let's start off by telling our listeners, what is the NCOE Red Army Pep, or is it the Red Army Pep Club, or is it just Red Army?
We just say Red Army,
Gotcha.
but it is our pep club.
Well, when I went, I was an NCOE alumni, and when I went there, it was just called the Pep Club. But also when I went there, let's see, starting at one end of the hallway and working your way down to the gym, it was Mrs. Hall, and then later turned into Mrs. Oglesby. She was our biology teacher. I'm assuming she's retired.
Yes.
The next room up would have been Mrs. Sutton Phillips. She was kind of new at the time. She's still there, correct?
Yes.
Matter of fact, she's the most senior teacher there. She's been there longer than anybody else,
I believe
we think.
so.
Mr. Garrett. You guys probably don't know Mr. Garrett, do you?
Not at all.
Oh,
Weird
man.
dude that walks down the hall.
Let's see. Mr. Flex, Mrs. Spence. We had Mrs. Henson, Mr. York, Mr. Carroll, Mrs. Mitchell, Coach Gray, Coach Black, Coach McCroy, and I bet none of those names sound familiar other than...
A couple of them do.
Miss
Yeah.
Henson retired about 2 years ago, I believe.
And you guys are juniors?
Sophomores.
Sophomores. Do we have our license yet?
I do.
So
I
you
get
drove
mine
him
marked.
today?
Yes, she did.
Yes.
I gotcha. All right, so anyway, I interrupted you. So what is the Red Army?
We're like the ultimate school spirit provider, and we like support our athletic department financially, and then we're always there to support our team. We have like a section for our students to cheer on.
So you guys are in charge of making sure everybody shows up to the games and show their
Yes.
support.
Yes.
Do we have any like synchronized cheers or stomps or?
At the volleyball games, all the people in the student section, we've got some cheers that we typically do that just have come over the years, and they just are kind of like a tradition for us through volleyball.
Nice. I'm assuming they still have cheerleaders,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
but they just lead them once they get there. Your guys' job is to get people there.
Yes, the cheerleaders cheer just for basketball, so we lead them
Ah.
for basketball games. Volleyball games, we have like, the students really have fun getting into it, and then we'll use cheers like cheerleaders do, but also we'll make up our own.
Who
We just
writes
have
all
fun
the
with it.
cheers?
It just kind
All
of,
of you?
It just happened.
yeah,
like,
it just goes with the
they were
flow.
here before we were here, so I would have no clue how to answer that. Like
True.
my older
True.
brother.
He's half asleep, isn't he? I love it. All right, so we got a ultimate school spirit provider. Support the athletic department financially as well as physically. So how did you guys raise money? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming COVID has kind of put the hammer down on you. So how did you guys raise money before
We
COVID?
sold popcorn during games,
Nice,
and that's something we would do every year except for COVID. We couldn't do it this year.
because there's no games. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see. What else does the Red Army do? I think I interrupted you. Go right ahead.
We participate in the local fall festival parade, so we have a float every year, and we'll go through and we'll get people, the community, excited for upcoming Red Army events and just the
Dairy
games.
Days?
We also do mule days.
Okay. I noticed on your sheet here that you said you guys provide pep rallies. They were doing that when I was in school. I loved when they would announce we were having a pep rally because that just meant that was one more class I got to skip that day.
Yes, very nice.
And it was always right before lunch, it seemed like. So everybody was all fired up, and then we'd drive like crazy, heading uptown. It was a mess. And it says here you guys also host the red and white dance?
Yes.
I'm assuming that didn't happen this year.
No, we always have it after the first home basketball game, but it's our JV versus our varsity. And afterwards, we'll have a red and white dance and just have fun.
So it's called the red and white game, and then afterwards we'll have the red and white dance.
Is that a lot of work to plan for something like that?
It can be, but with the right people and just having fun with it and getting work done, it can be really simple and easy.
We hope we can do this next year.
Yes.
Hopefully this is over and we can have a dance next year.
For sure.
And then it says here you guys also assist with any school activity that you can. So give me some examples of school activities. They're drawing a blank, Chad.
Your locker decorations, nothing
We decorate like the hallways and lockers and things like that.
I think when I went to school there, they wouldn't even let us put tape on our lockers. They were afraid to tear the paint off. Maybe I'm thinking of Booth School. So I know we've kind of danced around the subject here already a couple times, but obviously Corona took a beating on a lot of people. We kind of talked to these guys before the show started, and they have both elected to do in-house learning. So you guys are both showing up to school, showing up for class, but I'm assuming there's a lot of kids that are doing the remote learning.
Yes.
Was this your decision to do the in-house, or did your parents help make this decision for you?
No, my mom let me choose completely, and I'm very much a people person. I like to be around people, so I chose to go in person.
The
How
same
about
with
you?
me. My parents kind of just said, if you don't want to go, don't go. If you do, you do. So I went, and yeah.
Have either one of you got COVID?
I have not. I've been quarantined, but I have not gotten it.
I've been quarantined too, but I have not had it to my knowledge.
Yeah, I couldn't. I remember. I was just telling these guys before you got here that when I was in school, I remember praying for snow days just to get out of school for a day, sometimes 2 days. Every now and then, every several years, we'd have a big enough storm where we'd let out for a whole week. But I could not. And I remember thinking that was the greatest thing ever. But now, when I look at these kids that some of them are learning from home and haven't been to school in weeks, let alone months, I think that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, I look forward to school. I like to see people and talk to my teachers. So,
well, I'm glad you guys are going. From what I understand, most people young and in as good a health as you guys are in, this thing really, even if you do get it, it's not going to affect you much.
yes.
Yeah, I've had many friends who've had it, and they've recovered just fine.
Well, that's good. So no volleyball games, no basketball games, no nothing this year. So we used to make our money selling popcorn and other things. So all that has been completely shut down. So what are we doing for revenue?
Well, one of the things that we're doing is we sell this Cardinal plush,
Here, show it to this camera. Yeah.
and it's $12, and it goes to Red Army to help us pay for things and support our cause.
So if anybody's listening or watching, how do they buy one?
DoOver Decor.
DoOver Decor. That would be at 108 South Division Street in North City. And the only reason I know that is because Whitney is my first cousin.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know Whitney. I'm
Yes, I
assuming
do.
you know Leigh Gray.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Is there an unlimited supply of these things? Pretty well?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think how to explain to people how to get to DoOver. It's right on the corner. I don't know what you would call that four-way stop there, but it's essentially right there on that four-way stop as soon as you come into North City. Be kind of across from what's the building across from? It's not the Senior Citizens Building, is it? It's kind of catty corner from Doug's.
No, but it's right next to Shorty's bar.
Oh, yeah. It is right next to Shorty's. Kind of sandwiched in between them and Mimo's then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That'd be easy for people to find. So they go to the store, and they spend $12 on these, and that goes to the Red Army. Hopefully you guys sell a bunch of them. Can I buy that one before you leave today? Is this one for sale?
Sure.
All right. Well, that one's mine. I'll take it. What in the world is the Cardinal Hatchling Club?
That is a thing where anybody that lives within the North City, Omaha Enfield School District, they can sign up for this thing, ages 5 and under. All you have to do is go to the Red Army website, and there's a whole thing there explaining it all. But what it is once you sign up, you can get a book in the mail through the Red Army, and it's all free. The Red Army will purchase the book, and they will send it to you, and then there will be a Red Army officer that will read the book on the YouTube channel that the kids can follow along to.
So you guys actually will read the. That's smart. I like that. I mean, most 5-year-olds can't read a whole book anyway,
Yeah.
so having someone that at least know how to flip through the pages, but that's a good idea. Have you read any yet?
Oh, no. Eva Edwards was the last one to do it. She's another officer. But last month we did the night before Christmas, and it came like with a little Santa toy thing.
Well, that's awesome. That's a good idea. Who thought of that? That's your ideas?
Just the Red
The whole
Army
group?
officers in general, yeah.
That's good thinking, guys. You mentioned a website that they would need to go to. Do you know what that website is? This one here?
Yes.
So if you guys are interested in signing your youngins up for the Cardinal Hatchling Club, that website is NCOE Red Army at NCOEschools.org. So is it free?
Yes.
So if you guys want to sign your kid up for free, head to the website at NCOE Red Army at NCOEschools.org. I noticed on here you guys also have a website. Pep
Yeah.
Club has a website.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure all you would need to do was search up NCOE Red Army in the address bar, and it should pop up.
And they can follow along. You guys will have stuff about upcoming events.
Yep.
Yes.
It
Sounds
has links to the school store and everything, which currently is closed now due to Corona.
So you guys obviously have a YouTube channel, so they can also watch these books being read on your YouTube channel. I got on there the other night and watched your hour-long, I don't know what you'd call it, comedy hour?
Cardinal
Comedy
Comedy
Hour.
Hour,
Yeah. Who was the kid that had the milk poured over him?
Eric Healy.
He seemed to be enjoying it.
He
Yes.
has a lot of fun with them. We all do.
And then who was the girl? So it looked like you guys were eating at the Cardinal. I'm
Yes.
assuming because Misty was the
Yes.
was the
Yeah.
server. Who was the girl eating all the ketchup?
Lydia Vineyard.
Were you the one that couldn't keep a straight face during the whole thing, or were you not in that shot?
I was the one who was inconvenienced by everything. I took the pie and left. Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are going to do more stuff like that.
We're working on one for this
yes.
month.
Well, let's take a quick break, hear from one of our sponsors. We'll stretch our legs, and we come back. We want to hear about the new comedy hour coming up. I'm assuming you guys are going to try to release that by the end of January. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll be right back.
The time has come, and you're ready to pop that big question. Now what? When it comes to engagement rings, the first thought you may have is to head to Evansville, only to find yourself dealing with a pushy salesperson, a showcase full of rings every girl already has, and high prices. Hey everyone, this is Cody Gottman, owner of HD Bean Jewelers. Skip the headache and let me build you a one-of-a-kind custom engagement ring that is made right here, Main Street in Carmel, Illinois. I personally handle every custom design, so you get to work with a real jeweler, not some salesperson. Every ring is built in-house and comes full backed with a lifetime warranty and service plan. If you're worried about financing, we do that too. Stop by the showroom anytime and let's talk engagement rings.
All right, and we are back, and we have one quick correction. You know me, I like making a lot of mistakes. So the website I had wrong. It's actually C. Garrett, GARRETT 156.wixsite, which is WIXSITE.com/NCOE Red Army Pep Club. The NCOE Red Army at NCOEschools.org is actually the email address. So you can either email or visit the website. All right, so tell me about this Cardinal Comedy Hour, guys. Who wants to start?
Well, our first video that we did on YouTube was just a thing for Thanksgiving where we introduced all of our officers for the year 2020 and 2021, and we just kind of blossomed from there.
Well, it turned into an hour-long video, so it
Yes.
blossomed a lot, it looks like.
Yes, it did.
So I'm assuming this has stemmed from you guys are just running out of ideas because there's no extracurricular activities and this, so on and
Yeah.
so forth. So we had to think outside of the box this year, I bet.
We wanted a way to kind of lift people's spirits in a way that could be funny and involve the school, because we can't do those extracurricular activities, but we can still find a way to show school spirit.
I like it. So we've got the first one out. It's approximately an hour, and we're planning on releasing 2 by the end of the month. Can you guys give us a teaser, maybe, on what's all going to be in the second one?
There is we're going to film one at DoOver Decor, and they're getting a new coffee bar put in.
Oh, don't dump coffee over anybody's head. Milk's fine, but if you dump coffee, it may hurt somebody.
Well, we'll see.
That sounds like
His
a good
wheels
idea.
just started spinning.
Yes. But we'll have some fun with that one. There'll be quite a bit of gossiping and news on the latest relationships and a lot
so
of.
we're gonna
You'll get
bus
the
drive some
scoop.
people.
You'll get the scoop.
Nice.
Yes.
There's going to be a taco competition, much like the cookie competition we had last month.
And that was who could make the best cookie. So now it's going to be who can make the best taco.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you going to participate?
Yes, I was actually the one who shoved a cake in somebody else's face in the last one.
Yes.
So now you just want to shove a taco in somebody's face.
Well, yeah, that'd be fun. Or like a salsa bowl, just
Guacamole, whatever it takes.
Whatever's the messiest.
Yeah.
Who has to clean all this up?
we do.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, I don't think the janitors want to pick up a bunch of cake or guacamole off the floor.
So it says here in the notes you guys provided me that you wanted to help local businesses have a positive light. So how are we doing that? Kind of like you did with the Cardinal, and then obviously including the DoOver Decor. So
Yeah.
we're not shooting everything at the school. You guys are getting out and about.
Yep.
Yeah, our local communities really invest in our school and our events, and so we just want to give back and just highlight them in our videos because they really support us.
That's great. Yeah, well, be sure if you guys ever need us to help you out in any way possible, you know how to get a hold of us to do that. It says here that you might be upgrading some equipment.
Yes, we have new mics and a new video camera, so our videos will have much better quality.
I'd loan you a mic or two, but as you can see, they're in use. Hey, they're cheap, though. That's a good thing about microphones. They're cheap. So, but yeah, it says here the next episode we're hoping is going to be released on January 29th on their YouTube channel. So if those of you listening at home want to be ready for that, you can actually go ahead and subscribe to their channel. And then you might wake up one morning and you'll see that little red badge on your YouTube app, and that'll let you know that a new episode has been released, and you guys can go watch that. It says each month we invite different businesses to support us for the Christmas episode. And I guess I missed this part. So which part was filmed at the Wonder Market?
Inpatient shopping with Big Red.
That must have been when Huck came in there screaming he was wanting to play Mario Kart. I don't remember that. I remember the Cardinal. Looks like you did some stuff at the Rhodes Church.
Yes.
And then for the January episode, obviously we've talked about DoOver Decor, and you're also going to go to R&T Physical Therapy.
Yes, we're going to get fit at R&T.
I need to join you. And Macedonia Church, you're going to do some stuff there?
Yes.
Anything else you guys want to add to that? Anything else they need to add, Chad, before we kick them out of here? Oh, tell me about the super fantastic thing. When I was going to school, and it didn't matter what room you're in. See, at Booth School, it was an L-shaped school. So you had kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth. You rounded the hallway, and you had fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And you always knew when Mr. Price was in the building because you would hear about 30 people all at once scream super fantastic. And you knew you could almost tell from how far the sound was away which classroom he was in. And from then on, we were just on the edge of our seat. We couldn't wait for him to open that door. He'd open the door, he'd stick his head in there and say, "How are you guys?" And we would absolutely scream at the top of our lungs. Do you guys remember that, or are we too young?
I did not have him.
Okay.
No.
Well, he passed away, I think it was either last year or the year before, and he'll be sorely missed because he was a wonderful superintendent. So it looks like you guys are going to include something about Super Fantastic in the next episode?
Yes. At the grade school, the principal's going to go into each classroom, and the students are going to say, he's going to say, how are you guys today? And they're going to be like, super fantastic. So we're going to pay tribute to Dan Price.
Well, I think that's a great idea. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on. It was Braden Mendoza and Amanda Bradley, both from NCOE Red Army Pep Club. And again, if you guys can want to help them out, go visit DoOver Decor, grab one of those Cardinal plush animals, or visit them on their website at cgarrett156.wixsite.com/NCOE Red Army Pep Club. Guys, appreciate you coming on. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be right back.
Remember how things used to be in a more simple time? In 2021, DoOver Decor invites you to take a step back in time. Nestled in the heart of downtown North City is a place where you can escape back to yesteryear. Stop by DoOver Decor today to see all things anew. Choose from a variety of Phillipstown coffee flavors to take home. Shop through a variety of trending clothing and new items constantly arriving. Be sure to check out all of the items that have been refurbished to be enjoyed again. Pick up one of our soup packets today and enjoy the deliciousness. Enjoy old-fashioned hospitality at its best, where the atmosphere is warm and inviting, and you are always greeted with a smile. Exclusively at DoOver are the NCOE Red Army Cardinal plushies. Add these to your list of Valentine's gifts for your special Cardinal student for just $12. All proceeds go to NCOE Red Army Pep Club. Visit DoOver Decor today to get your Cardinal while you can. These Cardinals will sell fast. Do not miss out. DoOver Decor, and embrace the simplicity of life at 108 South Division Street, North City.
And we are back. My next guests are Whitney Hobbs and Leigh Gray. Quick story, Whitney's mom, Lisa, and my dad, David, are brother and sisters, so that would make us first cousins. And we actually grew up, a couple hundred yards from each other. Our grandparents, which most people would know Lowell as Newt and Mary Alice lived in between us, so that was kind of the hub. Mm-hmm. We would always hang out there, but we were talking before the show, we used to play
McDonald's
on three-wheelers, which we've already talked about three-wheelers on this show before. It's kind of a running joke, and you guys had
we had a little scooter.
Yeah. We always, back then, I think we called them mopeds.
Uh-huh.
And
it's purple.
Yeah, it was purple.
Like Barney?
Oh, yeah.
Purple? Uh-huh.
Yeah,
but Dustin liked to steal that from us when he could.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, my brother is a police officer. He's actually on a criminal patrol team that looks for drug and money trafficking. And I wish I could get a hold of his boss, because when we were playing, I remember him doing this. He would get a sandwich bag and put just grass clippings in it. And before we would play, he would hide it on the three-wheeler so that when he pulled us over, he could find drugs on us and, have a reason to throw me on the ground, beat me up.
Wow. And our McDonald's consisted of playing in the road.
Oh, yeah.
From mailbox to mailbox.
Yeah, we would order the food at your mailbox, and then we would drive down to Grandma's mailbox to pick up the food.
Yes.
Yep.
Did y'all have like 2 lanes in the drive-through yet?
No.
Okay.
No, that's a sore subject too.
Yeah, that's a very sore subject in this room.
We were up here practicing on this stuff one day, and I brought up the double lane at McDonald's, and it always drives me nuts when there's 2 or 3 cars on the left, and they're kind of waiting to see if they want to get in that right lane, and somebody will just come up and pass them on. Oh, I just want to lay on the horn, but
it
I don't.
says any lane, any time.
It does.
It does.
Amen,
It does.
brother.
Gotta go.
It says it. My kids go nuts.
Different topic for a different day.
Yeah, that's a whole 20-minute episode itself.
So anyway, that's how I know Whitney. And Leigh I had never met until we bought Gotzi's, and you guys would come in and eat. So I appreciate you guys' business doing that. Quick story, though. I have your husband's autograph.
Oh, my.
When I was little, and I may have this year wrong, but I want to say I was a second grader whenever he was a senior.
Good.
And the cheerleaders one time threw out these little white balls, and it had this cardinal on it. It said NCOE Fighting Cardinals. And I ended up with one of them. And for whatever reason, that night after the game, all the players were standing up where they used to have the concessions up top.
Right.
and a bunch of us went up there and was getting their autographs. So if I remember correctly, it was Reed Jackson, Clay Gray, Travis Johnson, Paul Black, and Jeff Neal.
Yep. Yep.
And I still have that ball to this day and have all 5 of their
awesome.
autographs. Yeah.
Clay will be proud.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And that would have been about the same time Patrick Grayhouse played for Carmine. He was a phenomenal ball player.
Yes.
But that was a really good team. I think it would have been Clay's senior year. They got 3rd in state.
Yes.
And then Reed Jackson, I think, was a junior that year
Right.
when they got 3rd in state.
Right.
But,
I was not here. I did not live here. But I have seen the tapes.
well, it was awesome.
Yes.
I bet you I actually have some old VHS tapes of some of their games. My parents had one of them big.
The big
Oh, yeah.
cameras.
That you
Yeah.
had to
Shoulder.
carry around like a boombox.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we traveled every game, sectional, super sectional,
Yeah.
state, you name it. I have pieces of nets from when he played, from sectionals,
Wow.
super sectionals. I mean,
So you're obsessed with him, is what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
It was special from what
You
I
need his autograph
understand.
again
Oh,
when
I
he
know.
comes in.
I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him next time. So, you guys own a store in North City called DoOver Decor. Am I saying that right?
Correct.
But before we talk about that, how did you guys meet?
Well, so we attend Dittany Ridge Baptist Church, so we obviously knew each other from church. But on hobby ends, I guess I could say, she was painting in her basement. right? Furniture.
Hold on. What is a
Let's-
hobby in?
Okay, so
You know what a hobby
spare,
in is?
well, in our spare time, okay, our hobbies, okay. So I was full-time nursing at the time, and Leigh, were you
I was attendance secretary
yes,
at the high school.
at the school?
Yeah.
So we did have full-time jobs at that time, and in our free time, I found myself in the basement of my house making wreaths and crafting, and while she was in her basement of her house painting. So we always like to say that when DoOver Decor came about, we really needed a spot to go to get out of our homes because our husbands were about to go crazy with the paint and the crafting.
That's Lincoln and Clay.
Yes. So, after long conversations and trying to figure out how we could find a place, we did, and that's actually where we are today. That building in North City was the old Masonic Lodge building, and one of the oldest, if not the oldest,
I think so.
in North City. And it was empty. So the Masonic Lodge had built a new building, and it sat empty for several years, and then we started renting it and
Just to craft in.
just to craft in. And again, you know, we're going back Monday through Friday. We had full-time jobs, and like I said, I'm a registered nurse. I was working Monday through Friday. She was working Monday through Friday, and this was just a hobby. And we say that just laughingly because a hobby was like, oh, we're going to go up there on Saturday mornings and paint.
See if
and-
anybody wants anything.
and
Right.
make wreaths. And
Beg 'em.
Yeah, and we did that. So we would wake up excited every Saturday, go up there and work from 9 to 12 and craft. And
So the doors were actually open for people to come in
yes.
at that time?
Yes.
Yes, and at like noon, we would look at our dollars and be like, "You get one, I get one. You get one." I get one."
Did you frame your first one?
hobby? I don't think we
did.
didn't. Because
You-
Because
again,
we didn't
back-
know if there were going to be a
Yeah.
second.
Right,
So
that's true.
again, let's think back. You know, we're thinking this is just hobby. You know, this is just fun. And
Do you remember your first sale?
no,
I mean, obviously it was a wreath
I
or
bet
a
it
painting.
was family.
yeah, yeah. So that's how it all kind of began. Do you want to add anything to that?
Well, that's funny. 'Cause my next question was going to be that every business has a how we get started story, and I was going to ask how DoOver Decor came about. but-
Yeah.
well, first of all, who came up with the name? Don't remember.
I remember us tossing around several names, but
Yeah, I don't.
I
and-
like it.
Yeah, the name is catchy, I guess you'd say. It doesn't completely represent us. So it's given us trouble as we've grown, because when you say DoOver Decor, you think thrift shop.
Or used, maybe?
Yeah. But, I mean, besides the furniture, everything else is brand new. So that would be one of our struggles.
Well, I can relate because when we bought Gottzies, Gottzzs, we didn't want to change the name, well, for many reasons, but all that we would have had to change all the signage.
Yeah.
People already knew what Gottzies was, but even still to this day, a lot of, especially out-of-towners, immediately assume that it is a Italian place. And I think it is just because of those two Z's.
Yeah.
And they think, in their head, I think they're thinking
Yep.
pizza because of Gottzies. And a lot of people, we still to this day will have people call in trying to order pizza.
Wow.
Why don't you have pizza?
Well, we've thought about that.
There you go.
That would be
Do
good.
that.
So you said that the furniture is used. So you guys find
Yes.
furniture, redo it.
Yes.
Repurpose.
And then, so what else is sold at the store? So obviously there's a lot of new stuff.
Right. Boutique clothing, accessories, jewelry, home decor.
Candles. Phillipstown coffee, and we'll get into that.
Anything for guys?
Well, a few things.
Although it would be a good shop for a guy to go to buy his wife something, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
Valentine's is right around the corner.
It's true.
Don't forget.
Yeah, Finley's wanting to get her mom something for her birthday, which is at the beginning of February. And then, of course, my daughter was born on Valentine's Day, so February's a big month at our house.
Wow.
We may have to
Special.
bring Finley down.
Yeah.
Yes. Let her go shopping.
Oh, she loves it.
Yes.
Oh.
Were you going to say something? I think I interrupted you.
Oh, the T-shirts. That's what I was going to say. So we make shirts, and when we say make shirts, Leigh, you can talk about this a little better than I can. We call them our DDTs, but it's where we put the vinyl or the sublimation on the shirts. So options are endless with that, but with that, yes, so we could make men's shirts.
So you can
Well,
actually
for
do
our
custom
graphic-
shirts?
No.
Not
Yeah.
Not
when we say
like-
we make shirts, we put it on
On.
the shirt, but we don't have.
we don't design them.
No, we are.
Yeah.
So like if we had a file of the Carmicast, we couldn't come in and have T-shirts printed with Carmicast on them.
No.
Gotcha.
I mean, we could probably figure out how, but
We have the heat press.
We always say that Whitney and I are not really that creative, but we're excellent copycats. And that's
Pinterest.
all. Yeah, that's
Pinterest.
all you
We
have
s-
to be
yeah.
these
It's true.
days.
Most of
I
the best
mean,
artists are just copycats, really.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
for instance, when I grew up, there, and I hate to say this, but there wasn't very many good cooks. My mom was a good cook.
She
but
was a good
I knew a
is a
lot
good
of
cook.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people that just weren't that good of a cook, and there was no internet back then. I mean, you couldn't just Google how do I make taco soup. You
Yeah.
had to call somebody that either knew how to make taco soup or
Yeah.
figure it out. So yeah, I could see where there's probably a lot of copycatting going on nowadays. I mean, some of the stuff that we serve at Gottzies, I didn't come up with it. It was kind of already a known thing,
Sure.
and we just threw our own spin on it, and away we went.
Because we will have people come in and be like, can you put baseballs on this dresser? And I'm like, not even in my dreams.
No.
I mean, no. I can find someone to do it for
Right.
you. But we're not artists.
Yeah, me either. My dad always jokes that he couldn't draw a good-looking stick man.
Me either.
So, for those who don't know where it's at, what would be the best way to just explain exactly where your store's sitting?
We are right downtown. We're on the same side of the street as Mimo's, and you could see Doug's from our front door. So 108 South Division Street.
I think earlier in the show we said that you guys were basically sandwiched in between Shorty's and Mimo's, right?
Correct.
So it's kind of hard to miss, really.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, we're the tallest building, probably the widest and oldest. And
Does it still have the Masonic Lodge thing at the top of the building like a lot of
It does
lot
not.
of them
I
do?
don't think so.
There's one here in town, just down the road from Gottzies, that still has it. It's not the Masonic Lodge anymore, but you can still see their little emblem.
yeah, I
I
bet
wonder
they
if our
took that.
sign where we put our sign on the building. I wonder if that could have covered it up. I don't know.
And what are your hours of operation?
We are open right now Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 3, except on Thursdays. That's our late night. We're open till 6 o'clock. October through December, we add Tuesday.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you guys are here now, you've got somebody there covering the store for you.
We
Yes.
do.
Isn't that
Bailey.
nice?
Bailey girl.
She
Bailey
is awesome.
Sutton is awesome.
I got to tell a quick story. And I want to do this so that I can bus drive Lincoln. Lincoln is Whitney's husband, for those of you who don't know. But for about a 4-week time span, Leigh and Clay and their family would come in and eat, and Clay just looked pooped. And I'm like,
What's wrong?
what's going on? He's like, man, I am beat. Forgot to silence my phone again. He'd say, I'm beat. I'm like, well, what's going on? He's like, oh, Lincoln's got me up there remodeling. I immediately knew exactly how he felt because Lincoln loves demolishing stuff.
Yes.
Loves it.
But once you get it all tore out, eventually you got to start building back.
Yes.
And I'd say that's when Lincoln started disliking it a little bit.
A little bit. They spent hours, both of them, after work and weekends. So we're very appreciative. They've worked hard on our remodel.
I feel like Lincoln, you could give him either a sledgehammer or a bobcat,
Oh,
and he would have fun all day long.
all day.
All day.
You wouldn't see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how big of a pain was this new remodel? We won't tell people, we're teasing it. We'll tell people what you guys are remodeling for in a little bit, but was it as big a pain as you thought it was going to be?
We've survived it.
I bet.
Yeah, because, just like any kind of building. Do you call it building? What do you call it? Remodeling?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be building.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think remodeling is probably harder than just building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You got to remove everything before you start. At least
Yeah.
building,
back.
you start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it just, you think you're doing this much, and then it's like 5 times that.
Spirals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where you get everything tore down, you start building back. You're like, man, it would be a lot nicer if we did this here. And really, right then's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
That's what happened over here. We started doing this. Like, well, we actually probably need to do this. And then next thing you know, you're spending more money than you thought. It's more work than you thought. And the whole time, Lincoln's smiling,
Oh, yes.
loving it.
Yes.
And Clay's frowning.
Yes.
The very first day before we started really tearing anything out, I wish we had Leigh and Lincoln on video as they proceeded to literally take a wall. It was just a very flimsy, how would you describe that?
Paneling kind of
Paneling wall. And remove it from the wall where it was anchored in and picked it up and set it back in another area of the store. And the reason we had to do that, of course, we were tearing out our 2 bathrooms to get 1 big bathroom. But to see that go down, it was like a kid in a candy store. I mean, the excitement of like, we just moved that.
Yeah.
It was
He's so easily entertained.
oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And if Lincoln will tell me what to do, I love to do it.
Right.
And I was like, you want to tear this out? Let's do it. Come on. Whitney's like,
Yes, yeah. Within an hour, he had moved our fitting room and anchored it to the wall, and it's still there now, usable. And it was a complete do-over in a matter of an hour.
Yeah, maybe less than
Less
that.
than an hour. Yes.
That's great.
Not many cracks.
Yeah, I remember when your mom decided to get rid of her pool,
Oh, yes.
I was going to go over there and watch him. And by the time I got there, he was
Done.
Done.
he was
Filled
finished.
in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
smile on his face, mud
Fenced
all over him.
down. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about it real quick again. The Red Army was in here earlier, and they are selling these, I don't know what you call them, plush
Plush
dolls.
dolls. Cardinal birds.
And do you guys have them in stock yet? Or are we waiting to get them
We
in stock?
do.
You do have
We
them in
have,
stock.
and we've sold several today.
Nice.
So don't wait too long if you're wanting them. Stop by DoOver. They're $12, and all proceeds are going right back to NCOE Red Army Pep Club. And we're just glad to be able to do this for them. Of course, with not having ball games or any money coming in from their popcorn sales, it's just some way that we are able to help them and help the community, help the pep club. So
She did a live video today talking about this, and you mentioned putting them in Easter baskets,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, that was
Yeah.
such a great idea. Yeah.
I don't know if I dreamed this or if I just learned this recently, and I don't know if I read it somewhere, if somebody told me this, but the original NCOE Fighting Cardinal was drawn by Terry Austin when he was in high school. Don't quote me on that,
Yeah.
folks. I don't know if that's true. I need to verify
someone
that.
will
But
have to tell us.
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to get a hold of him and see if he's the one that actually drew it. But
That's cool.
can we pull up the pictures of the remodel?
Yeah. All right.
So you guys are starting a
Coffee shop.
coffee shop. And for those of you listening, don't ask for the name of the coffee shop because we haven't picked a name yet.
It's not in a new location. It's actually right inside of DoOver Decor and Boutique. So it's just an addition to what we have.
Let's see before Lincoln and Clay. Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
I
That was the day we started literally hammering and pulling and yanking.
And
Did you
as-
save any of the cabinets or drawers?
uh,
If not, I guarantee you Lincoln ripped.
I don't think
none
we
of that
did.
was salvageable when he got done
I
with
think
it.
we were so ready for it to be gone.
Well,
Like,
and
it
you'll
was-
see in the picture that like there's chalk on the blue.
Oh, yeah.
We actually had to fish those out
Yeah, we
of the
did.
dumpster because there was important stuff written on there, and we were like, "Wait a minute!"
It's like our project list and things that we would keep going for people.
Is there another angle of the before?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
You miss it?
so no
no, but
memories.
That's
awesome
right.
memories of 7 years. We're starting this March. I guess this is our going into our 8th year. So that's our paint table, and that paint table did not leave. It's actually behind the window that you'll see here in the remodel. Our painting area is behind all of this. So yes, that window there.
there's
so
the Big Daddy
That is what machine is it?
espresso machine.
See, I'm a redneck. All I know is what coffee is. I don't know what a latte is. I don't know
Yes.
what a cappuccino is. I don't know what espresso is. I don't know
Well,
what
now
any
you
of
have
that
the time
is.
to learn.
That's right.
You get to go have one.
Do you guys know the difference in all this?
We're
'Cause I
learning.
don't. That's good.
We have a lot to learn.
Is there
We
more
can't
of is there more remodel photos? Yeah.
Yeah, here's the.
Yes.
Where'd you find
So-
all the wood?
It's just they call it
Still didn't mute it, huh?
they call it car siding or car siding.
That's what we've
wood
heard
or
it.
something like that.
like
It's just
shiplap.
yeah.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
just tongue and groove board. We stained
Every
every
single
board.
piece.
So you had to have at least 4 different colors of stain?
It's 4 or
3.
5. I
Yeah,
think.
4 or 5. When we'd run out, we'd just grab another one.
And I'm sure every board was hand placed
Yes.
to your liking.
They
Oh,
would
yeah.
cut them.
Oh,
So-
no.
We
We're
didn't
not that
place
picky.
them. No. Oh yeah, no, we
Well,
didn't
it
care.
looks good.
At that
Yeah, it
point, we
looks
didn't
really good.
care. Lincoln and Clay
Lincoln.
would cut them and hang them, but at that point, we really didn't care where.
I think there was
where they-
one more. Yeah, so there's like the.
Yeah.
And you can see that the bathroom door is there to the left. Yes.
Yeah.
Next one over. That's actually our upstairs door. Yeah. So the bathrooms, we ripped out both of our old bathrooms, which are our changing rooms, and made one big bathroom so we can be up to code. And moved that fake wall. You can't see it in that picture there where the other fitting room I was just talking about that they literally yanked out of the
Oh,
wall.
I think that's the last picture.
But yes, so we're excited. We're our dream of this coffee shop. Well, I should say it's just always been a dream. Like I said, we're going into our 8th year in March, and we have always talked about having a coffee shop when we could. And Phillipstown Coffee, made locally right here in Phillipstown, right outside.
Oh, I didn't even
across-
put 2 and 2 together when you said that earlier.
Yeah, and so that's the coffee that we serve in our but we sell in our store and have for several years. So the Phillipstown Coffee is what we will be serving in the coffee shop.
Skylar, did you know there was local coffee?
No, I didn't.
Me either.
Well, we're about to have some then.
Yeah.
It is the best.
It really is.
It really is.
So,
They-
I'm assuming really the only holdup now is the state.
Yeah, we're just waiting on inspections. The
Which-
remodel's pretty well done.
Just a few little things.
COVID probably had them slowed down quite a bit as far as getting out and
I think
and
so.
inspecting everybody. When do you think or foresee that you might be able to open? Hopefully soon.
We hope soon. Literally any day. Just hoping we get phone calls and get these inspections done. We have people coming in every day thinking it's ready, and they're coming in for a cup of coffee. So it's
Should
disappointing.
just get you a Keurig for the time being.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Just pretend.
It's disappointing when we have to tell them we aren't serving yet. But
And you probably can't serve since you don't have the
Yeah.
permits yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we will soon, and then we'll have lots of flavors, of course, of the Phillips Town, and we're going to be doing the lattes and espressos and coffee,
And tea, because not
Mhm.
everyone is a coffee people.
hot and
That's true.
cold.
A coffee people? That was weird.
Well, I'm not a coffee people.
You're
I'm more of a tea people.
You're a tea people.
But hey, it's got caffeine in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've had people ask for that. Hey, I don't want coffee, but can you do tea? And so, hot and cold, and hot chocolates. That's going to be another thing on our menu
For the kids.
for the kids. And we'll have a coffee of the day, so we'll be able to serve some different flavors. And you may want to just try out one of their new flavors. So lots to offer.
The cool thing is, obviously, I know you know this with the business. You make friends
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in your business, and so there's so many times people that have become our friends come in, and I know they're just wanting to talk, but they feel guilty about just coming in to talk, and so they'll grab something, and I'm like, you don't have
We
to
don't
buy
have- yeah.
anything.
That's true, but it'd be so much easier just to grab a cup of coffee.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so now there's a place where you can sit. We can sit if we're not busy. We can talk. We can drink. We can, and just.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's exciting to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I also think that you'll probably get a lot of high school kids interested in that.
Yeah. The other day, maybe Tuesday or maybe it was last week, this little girl, she had to be maybe 10. I unlocked the door and she ran in and she goes, I just want coffee. I was like, number one, why aren't you in school?
Right.
But remote,
That's
I'm
true.
sure. And I was like, oh, we don't have it yet. I'm so sorry.
Well, at least the word's already out. I mean, that's probably a good
Yeah.
sign that you're getting
There's
people
been
coming
lots of
in.
excitement.
Yeah.
Lots
We
of
didn't know
excitement.
how this would go, and we've already have we have 3 shows already recorded and 4 in the work. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exciting.
it's going way
cool.
faster than. I mean, it's a good thing, but it puts our feet to the fire too. We gotta
Yeah.
Yeah.
get this stuff on
Yeah.
the loop.
Like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Big time real.
Yeah.
Well, keep us
Yeah.
posted whenever you guys do open, and we'll be glad to plug you guys. I mean, that's
Awesome.
what Carmicast's about and it's not just when I say Carmicast and say local, I consider North City, Crossville, Grayville, Enfield, McLeansboro, all those places local. So if you guys want us to ever say anything or help you out in any way,
Great.
be sure and let us
Thank
know.
you.
I don't have anything else. You guys want to add anything to what I've already brought up? Come buy coffee.
Come buy coffee.
Well, in a little bit.
Soon.
And a bird.
Yes.
Yep, that's right.
Yes, come support NCOE Pep Club.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming on. This was only our 4th episode, so I'm still stumbling through it. We'll get better, but we appreciate it. So for Whitney Hobbs, Leigh Gray, Skylar Anderton, and myself, thanks for tuning in, and this has been Carmicast.